Hello children, and welcome to the final session of the Children's Liturgy Advent series. The main message in today's Gospel is, I will do what God asks. Let us listen to the Gospel reading.
The Gospel of the Lord according to Luke. In a town called Nazareth lived a girl called Mary, who was engaged to marry a man named Joseph. God sent the angel Gabriel to deliver a special message to Mary. The angel appeared to her and said, "Be happy, Mary, for God is with you." Mary felt frightened and uncertain about what the angel had said, but he continued, "Do not be afraid, for you have been blessed by God and are going to have a baby, and you will call him Jesus." Mary wondered at the angel's words because she was not married to Joseph. But the angel explained, "The Holy Spirit will come to you, and the power of God will cover you with its shadow. This baby will be holy and will be called the Son of God." Then the angel told her that her cousin Elizabeth was also expecting a baby. Mary said to the angel, "I am God's servant and will do whatever he asks of me." Then the angel left her.
Isn't it exciting, children? In less than a week, we will be celebrating Christmas. And I'm sure that you have been preparing yourself for this special and wonderful occasion after listening to the last 3 installments of the Children's Liturgy Special Advent series. You would know by now that Christmas is more than just the decorations, the Christmas lights, trees, and presents. It is about the greatest gift we have ever received, the gift of love, in the form of Jesus himself, come down to us, to be among us. And even as we anticipate this celebration of the birth of Jesus, we must remember another special individual who is responsible for making this event possible. Mother Mary, who said yes to God. Do you know, saying yes to God sounds like the easiest and most obvious thing to do. I mean, come on, it's God. How could I possibly say no? But in reality, sometimes saying yes to God can be very challenging, demanding even. A traveler was once lost in the woods, and when night fell, he could not see where he was going, as there was no moon and stars in the sky that night. He moved blindly without realizing that he had arrived at the edge of a cliff. Suddenly, he stepped forward and fell off the cliff. And as he fell, he frantically flailed his arms to try to grab onto the rocks, and thankfully managed to grab onto some sort of tree branch which stopped his fall. He held on with both hands desperately and tried to catch his breath. It was still pitch dark, and he could not see what was below him. He hung on for dear life, refusing to let go of the branch. Then he looked up and cried out, "Help me, God! Please help me!" Unexpectedly, a voice responded from the night sky, "Let go." The man replied, "Are you crazy? I'll fall and die." But the voice said again, "Let go." The man could not do so. I can't. I'm scared." The voice then said, "Trust me. Let go." This time, with much hesitation, the man said, "All right, I'll trust you." And he let go. The man braced himself for a long fall down, but was surprised when less than a second later, his feet touched solid ground, and he was safe, uninjured. Relieved by this, he thanked God and waited patiently till the morning when he realized that he was standing on a good-sized ledge. With the light of the rising sun, the man managed to find a safe way back up and eventually found his way back. Sometimes, to do the will of God can be tough because we do not know what would happen. But if we trust God, then we can be assured that He will watch over us when we do what He asks. It was the same for people mentioned in the Bible like Moses, Joshua, the prophets Elijah and Jeremiah. All of them were asked by God to do something, and all had their concerns and doubts, but still decided to do what God asked. For Mary, saying yes to being the mother of Jesus would mean that people would start talking about her behind her back and even say nasty things about her because she would be pregnant even before she was married. At that time, being in such a situation would be shameful and embarrassing for Mary. But Mary, despite knowing this, had complete faith in God and His plans and trusted that God would look after her, and therefore agreed to follow the will of God wholeheartedly. And because of her yes to God, she brought Jesus into this world, and through Him, hope and salvation for all of us. All because she did what God asked. As we prepare for Christmas, have we thought about what God would want us to do so that His plans can happen? Maybe it is to share a toy with your sibling and bring joy to him or her. Or to pray for someone who needs prayers so that he or she can feel God's love. Maybe it is to apologize for a mistake you made or forgive someone for something they had done wrong so that your relationship with each other can be mended. God's plans are the gifts to this world because His plans for us would be greater than any plans we would have for ourselves. Simply because He loves us. He loves us so much that He came to earth to be with us. This Christmas, will you open the doors of your heart to welcome Jesus? Will you, like Mary, say yes to Him and do what God asks of you and allow His will to be done? The choice is yours. Thank you, and may God bless you.